everyone, to our ChimeraFit for Hypermobility class. Today's going to be a full body workout with a little extra attention to our proprioception. So we can basically take almost any exercise and make it a proprioceptive exercise. So I'll point that out when those opportunities come up. Usually this is going to happen when we have things that are wobbly to work with. So I've got a foam roller, something that makes us a little more off balance. Foam roller, we'll use a foam pad, we'll use a Pilates ball, we'll use a loop band, like a really light one, and a standard one that you might use for your legs. So like a light band for your arms and then a stronger one for your legs, and a long band. So lots of props, just because that does help with all our proprioceptive needs, having something to push and pull and move against. And once you've gathered all your things, I've also got this table pushed away here from my wall, because we'll use the wall for another bit of proprioceptive input. So we have something to lean against. So you want to have a wall space ready too. So lots of things to get ready. And then once you've got all of that stuff, we're going to start on your foam roller in like a hands and knees position. So just coming up to hands under shoulders, taking a moment, we're going to do just a little bit of gentle spine mobility with rolling the foam roller with a little bit of a push with the hands. Roll it forward a bit as we extend the upper back, and then exhale to push into the foam roller around and come back up. Weight even on both knees. Inhale, reach ahead, just going to a distance that feels comfortable. No need to force anything. Exhale, round, letting the spine return. And again, weight even on both arms. You can experiment if you want thumbs up or you like palms down, whatever's kind of more comfortable for your forearms there. Inhale, let your tailbone reach up to the sky so we get a little extension in the back. Exhale, pushing down. Notice your shoulder blade muscles becoming active. 2 more. Inhale, reach ahead. Exhale, so this is working a little bit on our proprioception in our arms as we slowly move forward with control and then round and pull to come back up. Once we're in back to your top position, well, with the hands on the foam roller, just allowing your back to then extend into cat and round into cat without any rolling. So we're just basically holding the foam roller steady with just the gentle movement of the spine. And allowing yourself to take that time through the middle. A lot of the times our body has a harder time understanding where we're at in space in those mid-ranges. So we're going to go ahead and just spend a little extra time being in that mid-range position without forcing it to the end point. Let's try about 2 more. Perfect. And then we can bring the hips down to the heels, going into a child's pose, letting your forehead down. Either you can keep your hands up on the foam roller if that feels comfortable, or just allow the hands to rest down on the floor. Just take a moment there, check in with your breath. Allow the ribs to expand toward the knees. Nice. And then we're going to come back up. We can push your foam roller out of the way for now. And then we're going to grab that very light loop band and bring it just above your elbows. So first thing we're going to do, or sorry, you know what, before we get to even that, let's actually bring it between on the wrists before we get to the elbows. So very light band, or like a very light band that you can pull, and either in sitting, or option to then take your balance pad and add a little bit of balance component to a half kneel. So we'll have left knee in back, right knee in front. So a little bit of stability, balance work on your lower body as we start working the upper body stability too. So we've got the band just around the wrists, back toe either turned under for a little more challenge flip it around the other way. Tuck the tailbone down just a little bit, ribs stacked over pelvis, elbows in as we gently press out against the band, engaging your rotator cuff. Find your balance here, and then ease off the tension on the band. So it's very small movement. I'm going to press out for 5, 4, standing tall, 3, 2, notice all 5 toes on the ground, 1, and then back, take a breath, and then one more time, pressing out, shoulder blades squeeze behind you just a little bit, and then challenge your balance, tailbone down by looking over your right shoulder. Coming back to the center, look over your left shoulder. Coming back to center, and then take a break with that. Switch sides. So the right knee under you, under the pad or pillow, little band at the wrists. Find a stable position, and then little gentle push out for 5 seconds. 4, 3, tailbone tucks down a little bit. 1, and down. We're just trying to avoid sagging into your lower back. So nice long waist. Press out, shoulder blades back a bit. 5, 4. You should feel those some small muscles in the back of your shoulders starting to kick on. And 1, and breathe. One more time. Press out and hold for 5, 4. You can be sitting, by the way, if kneel doesn't work too. 1, and then hold there as you look over the left shoulder. Bring it back to the center. And look over the right shoulder. Bring it back to the center, and then let it down. All right, perfect. Then we're going to move your balance pad off the side for a second. Take your band and bring it just above the elbows. So, and then hands are going to come to the floor, either on the ground, you can come up to fists, or if you like to use push-up paddles, we can do that. But what we're going to practice is coming out of, if you have a tendency to hyperextend the elbows, we're going to press out against the band just a little bit. So we spiral the arms inward just a bit. Shoulder blades are active, holding down into the floor, and we're gently pressing outward against the band a tiniest little bit so the elbows aren't locked. Good. And then undo that, allow the elbows to extend a little farther, not quite to the end point, but almost. And then tiny little press outward. So from this front, it's going to look like I'm just moving inward about a 1/2 inch and then pulling a little bit more tension outward. As I'm pressing outward, I'm going to scoop the shoulder blades down and in on my back, and then ease up on the elbows. We got it. One more time, then we'll add a little leg movement to it as well. I'm going to press out against the band, head in line with the rest of the body. Shift the weight to the left foot, slide the right leg back, keeping your toe in contact with the floor. So we're going to keep that connection foot to floor. Press into the band, hold for a breath. Bring that side back in. You can ease up off the band and then try the other side. Shoulder, elbows out. Slide that left leg back. Pause and hold it there. Keep your body as long as you can be. Hold, hold, hold. Good. Bring it back in. And keeping the tension on the band the whole time then. Right leg slides back. Head in line. Neutral head and neck. Add a little head turn here. Turn to look to the left. And center. Turn to look to the right. And center, bring it back in, and then switch sides. Nice connection, ribs to pelvis. Press against the band, and then little turn to look over the right shoulder. And center. Little turn to look over the left. And center. All right, good. Then we're going to come on down. We can get rid of the band for now. Give your wrists a couple circles. It's nice and slow. Circle around. And in fact, see if you can close your eyes and recreate the exact same circle without looking, and then circle them the other way. Another way we can work on proprioception here. All right, perfect, good. And then we're going to come up to hands and knees one more time, toes under, hips up to a down dog. Pedal the heels one at a time. Nice push, shoulder blades active into your upper back. Let both heels reach down toward the floor, tailbone reaching up to the sky. We'll start to walk both feet in, forward fold. Toes a little wiggle. Anchor yourself into the ground to roll up. Inhale, reaching up with a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, let the arms come down, and then we're going to sit back into a chair pose. Head in line with the rest of the body. Arms up or arms forward. 2 more full rounds of breath, maybe sitting half an inch lower in your chair. And then forward fold. Give the pelvis a little wiggle in your forward fold. Kind of explore what's happening. One side feel different than the other. Settle back down to the center. Roll it back up. Inhale, reaching up, heart to the sky. So in your back bend, we're not going to sink down. We're going to lift up and let your arms down. Once your arms are down, go ahead and give the shoulders a couple big circles around, up toward the ears, down and back. Nice big activation of all of the upper traps, all that tension in the neck. All right, one more time. And then we're going to move over to a wall and use a band for some wall squats. So we're going to grab a ball behind your back, and then the band is going to go just above the knees. If you don't have a space, a ball to use on your back, you can just slide on the back. So we've got the ball about at the lower part of if you're wearing a sports bra, just a little lower than shoulder blade level. We're going to give a little press out against the band, weight even on both feet, neutral spine. We're going to head in line with your shoulders, going to start to roll down into our squat. Option to make the arms work a little more by reaching forward. Good, feet right under the knees. Maybe sit down half an inch lower. Breathing into the ribs, all 360 degrees, and then back up we go. Take a breath, relax the shoulders, and then we're going to sit back down into our squat. Hand position to your liking, either down or up. We'll go as close to 10 seconds as you can. Little engagement of the deep core abdominal muscles lift. And then up. Good. Then continue 2 more with 2 legs, or option to kick the band away and try a 1-leg squat. We'll do 1 on each leg. So if you're up for the 1-leg version, we'll shift the weight to 1 leg. Option to hold on if we need to. We'll lift up 1 leg and then go into a little bit of a squat. It might be lower or smaller rather than the 2-legged version, which is okay. We'll get about 10 seconds. Option to go arms out. 5 more seconds. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1, up we go, and then we'll switch sides, weight to the other foot. Weight shift onto the tip ball of the foot or the entire foot. Option to extend the arms and start to come down into your squat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up we go. Take a little shimmy shake. And then if we're on the 1 leg, we got 1 more on each side. So weight shifted to the right. Otherwise, stay on your 2-leg version or meet me back on the mat. We're almost done. On the right leg, we're going to lower down. Maybe half an inch lower. Knee forward, straight over those toes. Second toe. 4, 5. Lots of stability and balance working here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we'll switch sides. But you want to have your feet like right in the middle, so that'll feel like right in the middle of your body if you're on the 1-leg version. And here we go. We're going to squat down. Option to reach ahead for 10, 9, 8, shoulders level, 7, 6, head reaching straight up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we come up. Good. We can set that down and then come over to the mat. 1 last standing movement here. We're going to grab long band. Step onto the band with both feet. Once you've got the band, we're going to do some rows in a moment just to get us ready. But before we do that, just again, a couple shoulder rolls, this time with the added resistance of the band. So we're going to roll the shoulders up and back. 2 more. Last one, anchor the shoulders onto your ribs, then hinge down. The band stays right next to your knees. And then we're going to roll both arms together, 5 times together, then we'll do 1 at a time for 5. Nice neutral spine. 4, butt way back behind you. 3, shoulder squeeze back first. 2 before the elbows. And 1, pause there for a moment, lower the left arm and switch, lower the right. And switch, lower left. And lower the right. Good. Lower the left. Maybe hinge forward a smidge more for more challenge. And right, all 10 toes on the ground. 2 more. Left and right. And one more time left. And one more time right. Nice. We got that. Come back up. You can step off the band. And then actually I meant that was our last strength exercise standing. We're going to do one more balance exercise standing. Grab your balance pad. All right, and then we're going to step forward into a lunge, right foot in front, left leg in back. So your heels lifted up on that back leg. Just finding your balance here to begin with. Maybe a little bend, slight tuck the tailbone, so almost like a little bit of a hip flexor stretch here. Pause and hold as we reach your arms forward. And now again, just like we did earlier kneeling, we're going to add a trunk twist, but this time we're going to look at your thumb. So we look over to the side, turning the head, following your thumb. And coming back in. And then switch sides. Right hand goes to the right, follow head with and eyes, follow your thumb turning to the right, bring it back to the center, and then step up onto the balance pad, 2 feet together. Switch sides, left foot in front, right leg in back. Find a little bit of a lunge position here with that slight tuck the tailbone, little squeeze with the glutes behind you. Find your balance on this wiggly surface, then we're going to reach forward. You can do fingers forward or make little fists, whatever feels more comfortable. And then standing nice and tall, we'll go toward the right first. Head and eyes moving together. So getting a little bit of vestibular work happening here. Lots of actually pretty complex neurological things happening here. Proprioception, gaze stabilization. Looking now at the left thumb, turning head. So your eyes stay fixed on that thumb the whole time. And then return, bringing it back to center. Perfect. Then we're going to step up to your balance pad on 2 feet. Give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. Toes together. And then standing as tall as you can, we're going to add an eyes closed balance. If you're feeling safe to do that, so feet together. Find a target for your eyes to begin with. And then when you're ready, we'll try to close the eyes. Notice if you tend to go one way versus the other. Flutter the eyes open, readjust, and then try again. We're going to add head movement to it. Option, I'm going to close the eyes. And then, just like we did earlier, small look to the right, but this time with eyes closed instead of having that target of your thumb to help you. And then unwind, bringing your head back to center. You can do whatever you need to with your arms. If they need to go out to the side, they can. If you want more of a challenge, bring arms across the chest. And then we're going to look to the left. Start small. Go bigger only when you feel comfortable. Back to center. If you need to open your eyes in between, totally okay. Then we'll do one look up to the ceiling, starting small. Just a little gentle look up. Lots of vestibular and proprioceptive work here. A little bit of a look down. Back up. And then pause for a moment just with the eyes closed without any extra movements for 5 more seconds. Find your breath. Perfect. Then we're going to open your eyes, carefully step down off your foam roller. And then we're going to come down to the floor, grab your Pilates ball, and then we're going to actually lay on it with your tailbone on the ball. So feet about hip width apart. And then with the head, neck, nice and relaxed, some space between the chin and the chest, we're going to rock the pelvis back and forth. So forward, tailbone dropping down toward the floor. Inhale, exhale, posterior tilt of the pelvis. Seeing if we can do this without any extra tension in your shoulders, neck, jaw, any extra credit muscles getting involved. We're going to let them just chill out. And then we'll move this into a circle. Otherwise, option to continue with the tilt forward and back, but try to tip your pelvis to the right. Let's say the right is 3 o'clock of our clock, back toward the tailbone, 6 o'clock, to the left side of the pelvis, 9 o'clock, and then midnight up by the very tip of bottom of your tailbone. So we're doing a clockwise circle to begin. You can bring hands on the bony parts of your pelvis if that helps give you a little bit more feedback about where you're at in space. Notice if we tend to miss any of these areas, making this as smooth and coordinated as possible without skipping any spots. And then once you get to 12 o'clock, we'll reverse counterclockwise. Really excellent way to work on proprioception here in your pelvis. Relax the jaw, make sure we're still breathing. Abdomen is active to some degree, but not clenching or doing anything crazy. Nice. Then we'll come back right to the center, neutral position, arms by your side. Then we'll float one, then both knees up to a tabletop. Pause here, find your balance. Option to add an arm reach, arms to the sky too. We're going to go into a dead bug. Reach, let's go left arm, right leg. Or option 2, just leg only. Reach up and out for 3, 2, 1 seconds. Bring everything back in. Touch the knees to the toes. See if you can bring them back to exactly the same point that you started. Then right arm, left leg is going to reach out and hold for 3, 2, 1. And then right back where we started. Good. Hands free version is down, or sorry, legs only is like this. So your option, that would reach the right leg, left arm, 3, 2, 1. Pick the level that's right for you. And switch leg or leg and arm. Reach and hold for 3, 2, 1. Maybe go half an inch lower if you'd like. Nice. Knees, toes touch. One more time on each side. Reach and hold, hold, hold. Slowly bring it back. Toes, knees together. And switch right arm, left leg. Reach and hold, hold, hold. And bring everything back to center. Beautiful. We're going to let feet down one at a time. Move the ball out of the way. And then now we're going to grab your stronger band just above the knees for some bridging. And also option to use your balance pad or pillow for a little bit of an unstable surface under your feet while we do our bridge. So feet about hip width apart. You got the balance pad just right under your feet, chin lifted. Press the heels down to lift up into your bridge. And up we go. Weight even on both legs, just a little active press against the band. And then slowly roll down. Take a breath in, and then exhale, we'll press out, scoop, lift, chin lifted from chest. Pause and hold here. Option to shift the weight to one foot, lifting your heel or the entire foot. Taking whatever version is right for you. This could be on 2 feet, totally okay. If you're on the 1 foot version, switch, left heel goes down. Maybe lift the right heel, tailbone reaching out toward the calf the whole time. Lift your heel or option to lift the knee. Wide collarbones, soft neck, bring that down, and then take your time, roll it down. Perfect. We're going to then remove the band. Push the balance pad out of the way and then grab your Pilates ball. Bring it right between the knees. Getting ready for the 100. Option to stay here with the feet down. Give the ball a little squeeze with the inner thighs, or option to bring it up a little bit higher with the feet up. Inhale to begin. Ribs fill up all 360 degrees. Exhale, curl up and pulse the arms down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause at 5 or continue if you can. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2. You can always do a hand behind the head to support you. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 8, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, and then let everything down. We're going to bring knees to chest. Give your back a little massage side to side. And then we're going to do feet down, and we're going to do a chest press next. So you're going to want to grab your weights. You may need to sit up and bring them over, or option to just use the weight of your arms. So whatever weight that you have, I have my heavier weights here with me, but whatever weight you're comfortable with. And we're going to start with the arms at about a 45-degree angle. So not way, way out to the side, but not also by your waist. So about a 45-degree angle, just like a push-up, feet about hip width apart. And then palms facing away from your body. Take a breath in, ribs anchored down. Exhale, press the weights straight up. You can give them a little tap overhead, and then slowly, with control, lowering them back down. Head and neck stay neutral. Inhale, exhale to press up, and inhale to come down. Now, if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you can bring your knees up to a tabletop, add a little bit of core work to it. Otherwise, totally fine to leave your feet down. Exhale, push, working a little bit on scapula, shoulder stability. Inhale down. Nice. And 5 more. We'll pick up the pace just a little bit. Inhale, exhale. 4. Now that we got the hang of what we're doing, slowly coming down. 3. 2. Nice alternative to push-ups. And last 1. We'll let the feet down before we let the weights down, and then you can leave the weights off to the side. We're going to take your ball one more time and then bring it under your left foot. Single leg circle, but we're going to have the left foot on this wobbly ball. So we've got right leg up to the sky. Left foot is going to anchor down onto the ball. Circle the right leg around in a small circle, keeping your pelvis as steady as you can while we're on this ball. Last 3, 2, 1, and then reverse the circle. And then last 3, 2, last 1, hold it there, toes to nose, heel reaches out, press the ball out, a little hamstring curl, and curl it in. Reach out, ribs and pelvis staying connected, curl in. 2 more. Reach without moving anything else, just the leg. 1 more time. In we go. And then we'll switch. So the ball will be under your right foot. Extend the left leg, single leg circle. Pelvis as steady as possible. 3, 2, 1, and then reverse. Right rib cage anchored on the ground. And last 3, 2, and that's 1. Hold it there, toes to nose. Press the ball out and curl it in. 3 times. Reach it out. Trying to go in a straight line best as you can. It's going to want to do all this crazy stuff. Try to go straight and straight back in toward the middle. Be beautiful. We're going to bring that in and then pass the ball off to your knees. 1 more time. So giving the ball a little bit of a squeeze right between the knees here. We're going to then lift up to a tabletop, either going 1 leg at a time or both. Bit of a squeeze here. Nice. And then with both legs glued together, we're going to start to lower the legs down 1/2 inch, just a tiny little bit, and slowly come back up. Nice. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to come back up. Now, option to go hands behind the head and add a little curl up to it. Inhale, double leg lower. And exhale to come back up. Even more advanced would be a straight leg version of this. Inhale. Take whichever version works for you today. Good. 2 more. Either bent knee or head up, head down. Doesn't matter. Whatever's feeling good for you. And up. 1 more time. Inhale down. And exhale up. Good. Once you come down, you can lower the head. Leave the ball between the knees, arms to the side, and give your spine a little twist, knees to the right. Without completely sagging into your back. So we have a little activity in your trunk, back to center. Reach over to the other side. Pausing before end range. Use your muscles to gently pull and guide you back 1 more time to the right. Unwind back to center. And gentle reach up and over to the left. Bringing it back to center. Perfect. And then we can get rid of the ball. And if you've got, in fact, well, option, we're going to do the chest press one more time since we've got the weights there. But you can either get rid of the ball, or if you like that little extra activation of your inner thigh that helps you feel more support in your core, go ahead and leave the ball there. So you grab your weights. And then with your leg position, we can either feet down or come up to your tabletop, whatever is feeling right. Elbows out to the side, but at about a 45-degree angle from the body, palms away. Inhale to begin. Anchor your rib cage down, and then exhale, press up. And then inhale, bringing it down. Exhale, reaching straight up. Inhale, coming down. Good. Think about lifting from your shoulder blades. Reach up, give the shoulder blades a little extra push at the top. Inhale, coming down. So we're using those scapular muscles. Press. Lots of little control to keep the weights from wiggling around. 4 more. Inhale, exhale, press. 3. Give the inner thighs a little squeeze. Yeah. 2. And hold our last one for just a moment. Tailbone anchored down, ribs anchored down, arms nice and straight. Knees give a little pull together. Fantastic. We're going to let everything down. You can lose the ball, lose the weights. Give your knees a hug in toward your chest. And then we're going to come into a happy baby. Hands on the feet or fingers wrapped around the toes. Add a little sway side to side if that's feeling good, or any additional movements, little knee extension. I would just caution against going crazy and like really stretching, just moving through your range, maybe stopping just before you get a really intense stretch. If you're hypermobile, we don't need to go too deep into overstretching our ligaments. Nice. And once feel like you've had enough, you can extend your legs along the mat for our final resting pose. Palms to the sky. Any extra little wrist, shoulder, ankle movements you might need before we close the eyes. Noticing the movement of the breath in the body, first of all, without any intention to change it or have any thoughts, good, bad, or ugly, or anything in between about it. Just noticing what you notice. Now we're going to begin to slow down the exhale. And we're going to make that exhale just a little bit longer. So inhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. And exhale for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause at the end of your exhale. Inhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And pause. And exhale for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And continue on like that on your own, a few rounds. And then return to your quiet, relaxed breath. Allowing your body to be heavy on the mat. And then we're going to keep that nice stillness with you as you reintroduce a little bit of movement of the fingers and toes. And turn to your side. We'll take just a moment here. And then when you're ready, come on back up to sit. We'll finish with a big reach to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. You can close your eyes for a moment. Give yourself a little bit of gratitude for having this time for yourself on the mat and for all those movements that you were able to do. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope to see you another time soon.